What is up, guys? I have another video for you guys. We're going to be talking about Google's earnings in today's video. I don't want to waste your guys' time. Just make sure you guys do like, subscribe, comment down below what video you guys want to see next. And also we have our Discord link in the description below. But no more talking. Let's just get to their earnings and what we have coming up. So we do have earnings scheduled for tomorrow, February 4th. Earnings are expected to come in. Earnings per share is expected to be $2.13, up 30% year over year. That is really nice growth to see from Google. And then revenue is expected to be $96 billion, $96.68 billion to be exact, up 12% from the previous year. And then net income is projected to be $26.2 billion, around a 30% profit range, which is pretty good. I do like Google. I love what they do. I used to hold a lot of Google. I bought at 130 and then ran it all the way up to 200. And then I kind of was playing around with some funds, missed that dip. Wish I would have gotten back in because I expect the price to go even higher than it is today. And we will talk about that once we get over to the chart. I do just want to quickly go over what is coming up in earnings so you guys are ready. A lot of their recent news is around that quantum physics, and then also with AI, including Gemini and Google's AI capabilities. And then also what they're expecting is going to be continued acceleration through YouTube's growth and potential ad revenue, which has been really, really strong for them, and I expect that to continue to grow. And then positive momentum through Google's cloud, and we expect that to grow as well. And then outlooks and guidance. A lot of price targets are around 210 to 225, and then the far out ones that are really investing for the quantum computing are expecting 250. But I honestly have higher price targets than that, but I am talking a little bit more long term. I think some of these targets that they have are a little conservative, especially when you take in all the factors that Google really offers between AI, quantum computing, and then YouTube, ad revenue, all of that, Google Maps, everything that they do. They basically run the internet with Microsoft. And then otherwise, growth projections, we obviously expect that AI and quantum computing to continue to grow. And then also we expect them to limit some of these risks with, the cloud and YouTube, expecting them to kind of find a better sustainable way for YouTube, which they showed in their last earnings. So we kind of just expect a good update on that. And then also foreign exchange headwinds, potential impact on revenue due to currency fluctuations, basically talking about tariffs. That is going to be kind of a sore subject. I'm coming out with a video tomorrow on tariffs, really to break that down for you guys and understand what that actually means for the market, because I know there is a lot of confusion right now. But that is a topic for another day. Let's go ahead and take a look at Google's chart here. You can see we are on the weekly chart here, and you can see we have this nice little cup and handle right here. And then we're into a flagging bullish wedge flag, however you want to look at it, it's bullish. We did get a breakout of this flag, and I think we're retesting this right now. I'll go ahead and make this skinnier so you guys can actually see. We came up and we're consolidating in here, and then we broke out, and now we're retesting that flag, and it looks like we're going to push higher if earnings are good, of course. If not, I do have this gap down here that I'll show you guys on the daily chart, where I think our implied move is going to be around this range right here. I think it's about a $20 move that we see tomorrow, and I do expect it to bring us down somewhere around this red line, which would be a let's see, about a 10% loss. That looks about right. Maybe something more like this to around that 185 mark, kind of where we broke out of this, or this 1618. I'm sorry, or 618. My bad. I do expect that to be kind of the downside target if Google is to miss. I don't expect them to miss. I expect them to beat and raise and continue higher. But that downside target is around 839 down to the $184.50 price target. Sorry, I can't speak today. But we are not expecting some downside, so let's go ahead and look at that bullish target. We're going to go ahead and draw this up. I do want to talk about a few things really quickly before I get into the earnings target. I do want to talk about targets from this cup and handle breakout. So what we can actually do as technical analysis, we can take this from the breakout of the cup, what filled the cup. You can draw a trend line, and then I'll highlight this in orange so you guys can see a little bit better. You would take this, fill the cup, and then you can extend that higher once the breakout happens, so kind of right here. And then you can see that will bring us to our next price target, which I'll talk to you guys about, which will be the $230 price target and 44 cents. That is about a 20% move from the breakout. And then from here, that is going to be around a 14% move. I think if we get a really, really good earnings, we can see that, but I don't expect a 14% move. I think that's a little hefty. Something more I would expect is kind of something around, you know, the 218 range. If we're at 201 right now, I expect around 218. You know, which would be end up being something like this from, let's take tomorrow's price. Yeah, 218 would be around that 8% right again. So I do expect kind of an 8% move each way. I expect 8% down to 185, and then an 8% move up to around that 118 or 218 to 220 mark. And I am pretty confident in that. And then if we do beat, I do expect by next quarter for sure we'll be at 230. But a more, you know, realistic price target for me would be around that $245 range at that 1618. And go ahead and highlight this in white for you guys, where you can see at that 1618 we have a $245 price target. And then long term, maybe looking at the end of the year, if the bull market continues, we could see a 307 price target at that 2618. And I think that's totally possible. I just think that Google would kind of have to start picking up some of the steam, but I think they will as they get into these higher valuations because their company is reflecting it. You know, 30% year over year increase on EPS, and then 12% up on expected revenue, which is at $96 billion. That's pretty crazy to be adding, you know, tens of $billions over a year. So the growth has been really good. They started their dividend 2 quarters ago, and that looks very strong. I am a big fan of their CEO and what he is doing. So I am very, very bullish on Google long term. I do expect to start buying some of these shares, especially if tomorrow's earnings are good. But I do want to get into this company for the long term because I think this is a company that's going to split in a few years because the stock price is so high. But I do expect a beat. I expect to see that $218 to $220 price target by tomorrow afternoon. And then quickly to reiterate what we're looking for a $2.13 or better beat on EPS. We're looking for more than $96.68 billion. And then we're also looking for a little bit more in the revenue department, beating $26.2 billion, which is the estimate. I do think Google does that. I think they beat all around. I think they raise guidance. I think everything we're going to hear tomorrow is going to be very, very bullish. They really don't import a whole lot of stuff. I mean, it's kind of an online business. I understand there's a lot behind the scenes, but I'm saying I don't think they're as affected by the tariffs as some of these other companies like Tesla and Nvidia. So I think they will hold up a little bit. I do expect them to move higher tomorrow. And that is really going to wrap up the video for this one. If you guys want me to make an update on any other earnings coming out, maybe Amazon or anything else in the future, we do have Nvidia coming up in a few weeks. I can make one on that. We also have MSTR later this week. There's a few other stocks that we can pick from. Also, I'm going to be having a video on tariffs out tomorrow. But make sure you guys do like, subscribe, and comment, and I'll see you guys in the next video.